go down. A bumpy lump, a bumpy lump, a bumpy bump bump. You don't know what time it is. Auntie is heading home. Right? Say no more. Auntie is heading home. It's looking like I have to head to get my tires checked out tomorrow once again. But this bumpy lumpy bumpy 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 woman. But Auntie chooses to give thanks that she has a vehicle. If she didn't have a vehicle, she wouldn't have to be studying the state of the vehicle on the bumpy road. Right? Let me pause because I love you so much. I could get away with this on a Sunday. See that position. Oh, bear with Auntie. It's not really working out, you know. Hold on. You know, I don't like to stop this and stuff. Not better, that look even worse. Now worse. Please gotta be careful of tampering with things. Alright, that will have to do. Don't you just love Auntie with her real, keep it real soft. Yeah, so I went to church early. Church is like at 7. I got up just before 6:30. I said I'm not staying home again. I would get there. If I get there a little bit late. It was nice. It was a blessing. And they sang a song I haven't heard in a long time. Funny enough, that had to be specially for me too. The Reverend requested that song. Go down, Moses, way down in Egypt land. Tell Lord Pharaoh, let my people go, let my people go. Yeah, nice spiritual song. And the reason I say that had to be especially for me. Let me take it from the top and wheel and come again. The message for today: you are so pleasant you don't even know. That is something that someone said to me today. I left church and then I went and visited Auntie. They would do any little errand if she needs to get money from the ATM, you know. To be honest, it can be a bit annoying because I don't live in her neighborhood and our family is pretty big. Yeah. I have other people, if not in the immediate neighborhood, in the same kind of district or area or whatever, but I guess it comes down to who you feel comfortable with. I do understand that. So I went and I started out Auntie, and as I was leaving and I spoke, I was like, hey, hello to her neighbor. And he said, he said, you are, and he was pointing. I said, yes, I am. I called my mom's name and I said, I'm her daughter. He said, I knew it had to be you. You are so pleasant, girl. Here you don't even know. And if you know anything about the people from my hometown, which is Black Rock, my auntie says St. Thomas now, I always consider myself like a Black Rock person at heart, you know. It's very strong part of my identity. That old village life. Sure, if that particular area is the area that has like a good reputation for being one of the most peaceful places. But when you see like community spirit, when you see how people look out for each other, I think what I love about it the most is you could be in whatever state. You could be I don't know why I have to be using labels, but you could be like a person with a drinking problem, a substance abuse problem, a teething problem. You could be a person with a lot of different challenges and so on. You could be like a slow learner. To me, it's just all lovely. Nobody's gonna let you go hungry though. Even you do something and you irritate somebody and they tell you off, probably that same evening or tomorrow, you'll be sure that, somebody's going to give you something to drink, something to eat. If they see you alongside the road, even in your same drunken state or whatever, somebody's going to push you out of harm's way or help you get home. Yeah. That's something that really appeals to my spirit. It's very important to me. It's a very important part of who I am, and I suppose why I am the way that I am too. And I find generally sometimes, as I say, sometimes you get a lot of stigma attached to when you grow up in certain areas or you're from certain areas. But if you take the time to go and interact with persons that come from those areas, it's a unique kind of experience. I never really had it the way that, but as it is now, I suppose that's not coincidental either. It works out that when I'm not giving lessons at home and I'm going out to different communities giving lessons, it's that kind of situation as well. The children from different households going from one house to the next, and I'm not saying it's perfect, but at the heart of it, a lot of love, a lot of acceptance as you are, as we all are, with our imperfect selves, working towards being better. And for the most part, being supportive of each other. So I'm almost home, so let me try and speed up, Auntie and her long-winded stories. So I had kind of a challenging last 2 days. On Friday, I've been working from home. So let's say going through these periods with my jobs, with the government job then, where I taking part in conferences or meetings and so on virtually. So then obviously it would be operating in, it might be Pacific time, it might be London time, Central American time, different kind of time. So there's one of those kind of times now. So the last couple of days, I've been working from home. I don't mind at all. But on Friday, I was supposed to go and meet up with one of my friends. But we had an pain, so we didn't really have a pain. We said depending on how the day pans out and so on, that will happen. And I had been missing some important documents, something important. And it had my head kind of confused as in, I was getting a bit flustered about it. I couldn't figure out what really went on. But then it seems that I went to a business place and I had left it there. So a lady called to inform me. I was so happy and so relieved. That was on the same Friday. She told me that she would leave it at the front desk at the reception. And I could just come whenever I'm ready to collect. No problemo. Auntie's feeling happy. And on account of thinking that I might have had to meet up with this friend on Friday, I said I would hold off. Obviously, I would wait to hear. So that then I would line up everything, if you understand. That I would deal with collecting this stuff, meet a friend, doing all whatever I had to do, and then come. I never heard from the friend. I didn't have to be the one reaching out, what's the situation? Is it that things are so busy? Oh boy, you're driving to your house now and look at this, so sweet and looking. Yeah, we plaster it. I'm happy. Yes, please. But he's multitasking, just bear with me. So I was a bit annoyed at that because I felt, yes, I know that you are busy, but at least also value my time. And if it wasn't possible for us to meet, say something to me, right? So I wasn't too pleased. That was number one. There you go. You always put that handbrake there and mess up things. That was number one. All right. And when I communicated and the person brought it over as if, I was kind of overreacting. All right. I didn't have much to say. Then number two, I was supposed to have lessons with my sweet, sweet Joshua. We set certain dates that we would do, certain dates and time that would be for lessons, I made myself available. I logged on, I waited. I didn't hear Joshua. Joshua's dad checked in about it. Apparently Joshua went out. Yeah. And he didn't remind Mom that he had lessons. I will leave that at that. But that would have been the second instance now that I'm feeling once again people not really valuing my time. Number three now. Lessons with my Mary Bear on Saturday morning. And Mary has been kind of lessons for a while. He had he started going to get some help with his maths as well, which was a bit frustrating for me once again, because I feel Auntie is capable of teaching maths, but it's like when I would be trying to teach Mary Bear, and he would be like when you're comfortable with someone, super comfortable, you will behave differently from when you're with a stranger. I feel like doing that. I feel like learning tables. I ain't in the mood. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that, or whatever. And then I realized now Mary is getting lessons in both grammar and maths. I was real hurt, I was real hurt. Not hurt in terms of Granny and Grandpa or whoever's seeking to get that help for him if he needs it. But hurt in terms of it should not have had to come to that day. And even as he was sharing with me, and I didn't let him, because obviously overall I'm interested in his well-being, and so I put up his sunshade. His well-being and so on. But just once again, it had me kind of looking at myself like, is it something to do with me or my ability? You listen, your mind is a very powerful thing, and it's very busy, What is it really, So I wasn't feeling too great. And then I went out on what was supposed to be a nice relaxing afternoon lunch and shopping with my daughter. And I said, well, I'm going to this particular mall because they will have different stores for the things that I needed to get. Keep things simple. Because at first I said I was going into town and then, so, we're not feeling town. We can avoid town if we can. And lo and behold, we go there now, but she's not really hungry as yet. We can't shop. And then I realized I started to feel like a bit brain fog, a bit. Kind of like it was altogether perking. I said, let me see, maybe I can go and get my lunch. But she doesn't want to have lunch there. You see, Auntie's sweating. She doesn't really like to have lunch there because she's not going to enjoy it from any place there. We can stop somewhere else after. And I rearranged my whole plans then, even in terms of a place I wanted to go to put in gas. I left. The plan was to do the shopping, buy the things, even buy some groceries at this place. And as I said, eat and everything, and I had it planned out. And everything just changed. I said, well, I will put in gas station where we can head out to buy the groceries and get something to eat. I will do everything there instead. And that was like the worst mistake. When I went then, the gas station was like as if a storm or something coming, I guess it's a weekend thing, so many people. Oh boy. Then remember, I myself now got to study what I'm eating, because I didn't want anything from the places she's going. I went to the gas station, I couldn't even find anything that I wanted inside there. I got through with there, and then from there it was the supermarket. The supermarket, once again, I don't know what's going on with that particular supermarket, but hardly any cashiers, and the lines long, and snaking long. And it was super miserable. My head hurt, and at this point my back hurt me from standing up so long. It wasn't in the best of moods, obviously. And how we came through that, and I let her get what she wanted, and I simply came home. I wasn't about buying something just for the sake of buying it to eat, and I want to enjoy it. But all along I was really speaking to myself. It was like, you know what? The challenge is that you need to You always feel like people don't value you. This is how I'm speaking to myself, but you need to value yourself, right? In other words, stop putting everybody above yourself. It's alright sometimes to do things sacrificially, but that I don't feel that should be the standard norm. You know? Yeah, so that was a real moment for me. I came home, it was kind of low and whatnot. I had something hot to drink, but she came home, she put on the kettle. I had something hot to drink. And I took my time. I had a little something. It was alright. I didn't starve or anything, but that, you know, it really like, how it worked out like one thing after another like that. It really wasn't so easy. But today I got up now. It's a brand new day. Yeah, I went to church. So when I told you that, how the Reverend said, let us sing this song about go down Moses, because that was one of the Bible readings. Remember that when Moses first found out he was supposed to do this, Moses was doubting himself. How can I do this? I'm a man, I stutter when I speak. You know, he didn't say stutter. Whatever way he brought it over, that's what he meant. I stutter. I can't speak that well, and so on. How can you expect that I'm to be the person to go and tell Pharaoh this? And God had to remind him, but I'm the body that they give you your mouth, give you the gift of speech, and so on, though. And if I tell you that you are to do it, I'm going to equip you to be able to do that then. You understand? So that was for me to look at. And as always, a hot and sweaty here, but I come to share it with you. Yeah? Don't be doubting yourself. Don't be devaluing yourself. Right? I do that a lot sometimes. I know where it comes from, though. But don't be doing that. Actually, I feel led to share where that comes from. To me, a big part where that comes from is from when I had lost my dad when I was young. At the age of 7. It's such a wonderful thing to reach the stage to be able to talk about this freely to and to share. I have felt even at that tender age, like very protective of my mother, right? So then I repressed a lot of, I didn't allow myself to grieve. I repressed a lot of what I was going through because I felt that if mom sees that I'm sad, then mom would be sad, you see? So everything has always been about mom, seeing after mom. So then obviously I came along and I trained myself. Repress, push down my feelings, push down, you know, even what I want, what I prefer, and so on. So as simple as it may sound, it's not an easy thing to get over that and change and go and do things differently now. I've come a long way. I'm very proud of myself. Still a long way to go. As I said, whenever I feel to share these things, it's never just about me. Right, so I was saying in terms of that situation with Moses, I want you to also understand that perhaps you have like something's been laid on your heart, you feel to go and do something, or even maybe in the job that you're in now, you know, you feel doubtful, am I good enough? Is this too good for me? I can be able to manage this? Yes, you will. Because the mere fact that you are there, you understand? You wouldn't have been able to be there if it's that you are not able with it and you can't manage it. So just believe in yourself. And not just in terms of believing in your ability, but believe in your worth, that you're deserving of it. That's a big deal too. Yeah. So it was that at church, and then it was the affirmation from my aunt's neighbor, the gentleman that was like, you don't know how pleasant you are. You're so pleasant, you don't even know. Come on. Why would he take the time like to phrase it in that way? He probably didn't even realize how he was being used in that moment to say what I needed to hear. You don't even know how pleasant you are. Yeah. And I go there, I mean, like, it's a friendly interaction as I take the time to explain to you the kind of vibe, community spirit, and so on, how it is. But normally he won't say anything like that. You know, you're a beautiful person, a nice person, anything like that. But the way you don't even know. It was very powerful to me. Yeah. And then mom, we had a lovely time as always. Enough jokes, enough laughter, beautiful art. I'm going to share it. I probably would have shared it by the time that I post this video. But even that art, she said that one is for me. I was very touched. So beautiful. And she took the time then speaking about her own ability. Like, who would have thought I'm capable of this? This her speaking about herself now. I'm probably capable of a lot more things that I don't even realize. Wow. Big word once again. And we sang. We had a real beautiful time together. And then as I was leaving, we were just planning some things, something she wanted me to get for her or somewhere she wants me to take her and so on. All fine, all good. I just felt real compelled. It was at the door to go and hug up and love up Mom. I really have not come up. Mom is kind of old school, I don't think it's unique to my mother either. I never come up with Mom this whole lot of thing about I love you. Mom would show me that she loved me, but never come up this kind of really I love you and a lot of hug up and kiss up and things. So that would be kind of awkward. But with my daughter, her granddaughter, at every opportunity she would be telling her, I love you and come and give Granny a hug and so on. As I said, I don't think that's unique to her. I just felt real compelled to go and embrace Mom and to hug her up and so on. And I did it. I was obedient to it. And Mom said, you are my best. You are my blessing. You are really my blessing. And that was very touching. And I said, you know what? You are my blessing too. That was a beautiful thing. So I just give thanks for, as I said, the affirmation. You know me, I'm a very spiritual person, so I see it as a spiritual thing. And I give thanks that I have eyes and ears and like the intuition that when these things happen, I'm able to see and recognize them for what they are. I give thanks for the growth, the healing, the journey that I'm on. I know there's a long way still to go, but just because there's a long way don't mean that I should make light of how far I have come already. So I give thanks for all of that. And I give thanks for each and every one of you for accompanying Auntie on this journey. Yeah. So I'm going to continue to grow and let my light shine. And I want you to do the same thing too. Alright? Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Be loving. Alright? Esteem yourself. Value yourself. And don't allow anybody to make you think you're too much. You're too bright. That you have to shrink, you have to dumb down yourself and be less than what you are. There's a reason why you are the way that you are, because it's needed. To see when that individual, and it's someone that I value very much, chose to tell me, you overreact so much. And normally, I could be a lot, right? Don't get me wrong. And I'm going to be very fast. I would apologize, and I shouldn't carry on so, and, or whatever, but in this instance, I just said I see. I just said I see because I felt even like in that moment wasn't the place to be telling me that, right? At least acknowledge how I was feeling, like I was feeling disrespected and so on. Take the time to acknowledge that, even if later down we can come and reflect and adjust that I'm really the way and so. And I would be open to it too. I would. So I'm also proud of myself for not just being quick to apologize and let it be all about me. I hope you're taking time to listen to me. It's good to be able to apologize. It's good to be able to own what you do. And you hear me say, I acknowledge I'm on this journey and I'm growing. I still got far to go. Auntie will tell you she normally has her tantrums, blah, 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 blah. Auntie working for the auntie getting better and so on. Right? That's no problem. But what I'm saying, in that moment, the key thing probably would have been like, but just I'm sorry, it's just I got caught up or whatever, but it's not going to value your time or blah, 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 something like that. Rather than, but it was a full day and then Bram, so you overreact so much. Yeah. I took that then and allowed that to kind of color or set the tone from that Friday evening right through to like my Saturday evening. And it accumulated. It was one thing after the other as I share. It started with that. Then it was Joshua and the lesson, Mary and the lesson, being out with my daughter, one thing after another. But you know what always happens? Something else now gotta happen to counteract that, to restore balance. Yeah. So that's what happened today. And I intend to let this now set the tone for a marvelous day for myself. This has been a long video brought to you, a long sweaty video. As Shania would say, brought to you by Auntie Jessica. Are you heading in now to go and have a relaxing time? I'm going to say hi to Roger. I'm going to have a relaxing time. I love you. I'm so proud of you. I hope you know that. I hope you can look at yourself and say those things too to yourself. Love you, proud of you. Bye bye. Be good. Mwah.